Boom. Yo, what's up? Last night I was actually watching a documentary on the classical period, Mozart, Haydn, Beethoven, and I kind of like at the moment I'm just trying to learn as much about music as I can because I've kind of reached this point in my life where I've realized how important it is to learn about music, and I'm actually just really fascinated with history in general at the moment. I think we're at a very pivotal point in civilization where in just a moment we're about to step through a new door and kind of leave everything that's happened behind. I really do think that. So the more I think about that, the more kind of in a way I get a little bit sad about the fact that everything that's happened and everything that's got us here is kind of it's like in a second we're going to go whoosh and go out of space and leave it all behind. The exponentialness of technology and stuff like that. I feel enough the amount of history that's already happened in the world and contributed to society and everything like that. I feel like in the next 100 years, that much is going to happen again, you know what I mean, in that short of amount of a time. So everything before now will seem quite insignificant in a way because we'll move so far forward. But anyway, yeah, I was watching some stuff about the classical period, and it made me think about music right now. So basically, in the classical period, they kind of rebelled on the kind of Baroque kind of style. So in the Baroque style, they were very, very experimental and using every chord they could think of and coming up with crazy structures between notes and stuff like that. Bach was kind of coming up with these dissonant structures and stuff like that, and the fugue, which is melody on top of melody on top of melody, just going crazy and everything like that. And it was very much almost an indulgent thing of the composers of the time. The classical period came along and they started kind of going against that and almost really, really simplifying to the point where they were pretty much just kind of giving the audience what they wanted, like very simple things that just made them feel lovely and they could listen to without thinking too much and, enjoy their life and everything like that. I think generally speaking, they were only using the tonic, the fourth, and the fifth in their chord structures a lot of the time, or at least it made up majority of the music. And the kind of general structure, they developed a lot in this period, don't get me wrong, the development of the symphony was a huge thing, but in terms of the musical structure and stuff like that, it definitely kind of simplified. And then compared to the Romantic period, which was after it, where they got a bit more boisterous again, it's this little period. But anyway, what it made me think was this simplification of music to kind of really just gel in with the people and just give the people what they want and that kind of vibe. And it made me think of right now a lot, I don't know, even from the 1950s to now, but I think it's kind of getting a little bit out of hand these days. When you think about the general structure of music at the moment, there are a lot of rules that are being followed quite almost in a Nazi-like fashion, you know what I mean? The 3.5 minute mark, 3.5 minute song, and the short intro and the chorus, and that's big and has the big hook in it. It's a very, very structured idea. And again, that first, fourth, and fifth chord is very common in rock and stuff like that. But I'm sure that you can tell that there isn't a very large exploration of harmonic possibilities right now or melodic possibilities. Where's the dissonance, if you know what I mean? I don't hear much of that. And yeah, what I'm getting to is that whole idea of pleasing the people having a lot of control over the artist or the musician, and that just is really starting to get to me. More and more it's getting to me. It's I can just see music just dying and fading away and being so desperate for someone out there to pay attention to the needs of music, you know what I mean? It's saying explore me again, please do something weird, do something different, do something daring and bold. But it's not really happening at the moment. like EDM, like, you know, that's like, honestly, in my general opinion, EDM, I don't think that the composer of EDM deserves shit. Like, the people that are the real geniuses behind that are the people developing the synth patches and the technology and the drum machines and everything like that. It's like generally fairly pre-packaged, if you know what I mean. And then it's like I've been thinking about it. I see it as like you know, if you go to IKEA, and you can buy like say a desk, a computer desk that's already built and everything like that, and you just have to read the instructions and put the little screws in and go, oh, and then you go, whoa, I built a desk. But it's like, no, you didn't build a desk at all. You just like kind of got the pre-packaged parts and put them together, you know? So there's nowhere near as much creativity in that kind of vibe as working away and building a desk and carving it and putting, you know, some you know, finisher on it and everything like that and some nice paint. That's not happening in the process when you go to IKEA. And that's the way I see electronic music and general kind of laptop music at the moment. I see it as very pre-packaged, and I don't think the composer is near what the composer used to be. And it's the same as rock and roll, because the structure is pre-packaged, you know what I mean? Abide by the structure that the people like, and you can kind of maybe get your 15 minutes of fame. But yeah, that's great that it serves the public, and that's great. And it's also great that we're exploring technology with music, with electronic music. Cool. Like, it's all good. It's all good. But surely at some point we're gonna have to go the other way and start getting weird again and start experimenting and start actually praising the, you know, tortured artist that has so much inside of them, like that has like, you know, a 12-minute like crazy, almost, you know, kind of Baroque-esque exploration of melody and harmony and things like that. But what's more, now it's developed more, you can do it with a drum kit under it, and you can do it with like, you could even involve, you know, synth layers and stuff like that. It's like the possibilities right now are endless, but for some reason we're in a very small square, and I don't know, it's really starting to bug me. And I honestly think it's probably really starting to bug a lot of people. I think there are a lot of artists out there that are kind of conforming to the rigid rules, because you kind of have to like get your song on the radio, or like or to have like the general public listen to you on Spotify. Yeah, like I think there's probably a lot of artists getting really fucking tired of that, and like the thing I'm hoping for next in like, you know, the next musical step that we take is, you know, fuck the public, fuck the audience. You don't make money from this anyway. Do you not know this? And who cares if someone that's so dumb that they can only handle a 3.5 minute song? Who cares if they like your stuff or not? Who, like, are you that desperate for validation in a room full of like kind of, you know, collective consciousness kind of droids cheering for you? It's like, it's not that big a reward, I don't think. I think the bigger reward is, yeah, like in that if you are potentially like a you know, tortured artist or something like that on the inside, explore that and let that out, because I think that's where the true reward is, and stop holding back. That's the thing. I think artists more than ever are holding back. You're telling me with all the things that are going on in society at the moment, there isn't this like crazy artistic person out there just waiting to explode with thought and art and expression and, you know, dissonance and ideas and things like that, and like give all the people that don't fit in right now like the chance to express themselves through music, you know what I mean? It's very, you know, it's just the expansion of popular music is like ended up going and it's all encompassing. And I think over to the side there's a little bit of weird music just waiting to come. I think that's what I'm going to work on. I'm having a bit of a break from writing music for a little bit, but that's where I'm going to go for sure. I like, you know, obviously ridiculous like kind of future projections, but I intend on starting like almost like a record label as well that is, you know, 100% devoted to this like weird music and crazy expression, artistic expression, not, you know, a crowded room full of, you know, fans that love, the 3.5 minute pop ditty, that kind of thing. Yeah, so that's kind of my vibe. Just a bit of a discussion today, rather than like any techniques or anything like that. But I think it's a discussion worth having. See you later.